What's up, fam? Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. Want to do a quick video. Trying to just go off the head, off the cuff or whatever, and talk about the Super Bowl halftime show that happened, I guess, a couple of days ago out in California. I'm sitting here watching it, and watching, Dre, Snoop, who was Eminem, Mary J. Blige, and then they threw in, Kendrick Lamar. And watching all these acts that, I grew up on as a youth. And they're performing songs that I grew up on as a youth. And sitting there watching it, man, and actually, turn the TV up and the subwoofer up and, bumping throughout the house. It showed me exactly what the real issue is with rap music and hip hop music. When hip hop music started out, as we all remember, it was basically it was a youth movement, anti-establishment, anti-police, expressing what's going on in the hood, and just a form of expression. And like I said, it was a youth movement. But now you got guys in their 40s and 50s who have made millions of dollars living good, still rapping about stuff that they went through in the hood, or they claiming that they still going through. And that's not necessarily true. You get Snoop up there, what is he, 50, give or take, cornrows in his head like he, stuck in a time warp like John Wiley Price, wearing a blue bandana suit, gang banging, claiming Crip. But it's like, that's fine when you're a kid, I feel, to me. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it kind of, like I say, it kind of hits deep, because I can still identify, with that type of thought, that type of behavior. Well, that type of thought, but not the behavior. Not in my 40s. Like I say, stuff like that. It's like that kind of music, the rebellious kind of music. That's for like kids. When you look at like the old civil rights movement, right? And all these people that are part of the civil rights movement, we see pictures of these guys. We see pictures of them older. It's a John Lewis, Martin Luther King gets in his 30s. We see the older pictures of Malcolm X with the beard, the gray beard, and stuff like that. But what we don't realize is, even Rosa Parks, we see her when she's older, but what we don't realize is these people were like in their teens and 20s, the real people that started these movements, these rebellious movements, the Black Panther Party, or stuff like that, even the old gangs, the Crips and Bloods and anybody else, the gangs of Chicago, the youth groups of Chicago, what have you. They were kids. Like I said, it was about anti-establishment, anti-police, anti-brutality, racism, whatever. That's what it's about. Just fighting against the culture. But when you get in your 30s and 40s, you're supposed to have a different mindset. And you're supposed to show the youth that there's another way on the other side. You go to church and you hear, they talk, the hymnals and the songs about, coming up on the rough side of the mountain, but when I get to, I've been to the mountaintop, and on the other side is better, stuff like that. That's what we're supposed to do in our 30s, 40s, and 50s, and so on, is to show these youth we're supposed to be the bitter old people who's saying, what's wrong with these kids? They crazy, they they won't listen, they're hard-headed. God, good Lord, I hope they get it right. They they're useless and all this kind of stuff. We're supposed to be doing that at our age. And the kids are supposed to look at us like, man, y'all some old fogies that y'all know what y'all talking about. Y'all old, things are different, things have changed. And then and then when they get our age, they're gonna do the same thing. Well, they're supposed to get our age and to get older, and my parents and grandparents' age. They're supposed to get that age to where they can look back and say, man, I did some throwed out shit growing up, but I survived it. I learned, and now I'm teaching my kids because they done went through it. They're gonna go through it, and then when their kids come up, it's a cycle. It's the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be in your 40s and 50s, like I say, talking about gang banging, talking about drug use, pimping, drug selling, killing. That's not. Once you get certain, they look at like Jay-Z. Remember Jay-Z? How Jay-Z used to rap when he first came out. Then when he got older, he changed his style because, he was a smart man. He just, he grew up. He said, hey, I'm not living in them streets no more. Why am I rapping about them streets like that? I can rap about other stuff. I can rap about how now where, I pull my pants up and now I'm wearing tailored suits, or, what they say, I don't have the bright watch. I have the right watch, Now he hanging out with Warren Buffett and, him and Beyonce, they're making moves that we probably don't even know about. They're probably doing so much behind the scenes that we don't even know about. But our people, we always want to see what you're doing. If you don't see what you're doing, then it means you ain't doing nothing, which is so untrue, because if that was the case, then most of the stuff in this world we wouldn't be a part of, because there's so much going on behind the scenes, even at your own job, if you're working, even at your own job or school or wherever you at, there's so much stuff going on behind the scenes that you know nothing about, that's creating an economy that you can't afford to live in, that most of us can't afford to live in right now, or starting not to be able to afford, just because inflation is going up so high and these prices are like killing people. But anyway, like I say, man, I grew up on rap music, hip hop, whatever you want to call it. It's funny when they say, oh, rap and hip hop were taking center stage at the Super Bowl. I'm like, wasn't that the same thing? Rap and hip hop? I don't know. If you want to get technical about it, but ain't it the same thing? But anyway, so like I'm saying, like I say, think about it. Even, look at Prince. He had his songs he did when he was in his teens and 20s, maybe even his early 30s, I'm thinking. He had certain type of songs he did. But when he got older and he got more mature, his musical content changed. He got a little more mature, and people was like, oh, Prince, why don't you make the same music? He wouldn't even perform his old songs. You understand what I'm saying? Now I'm saying, I grew up on it. I can still listen to it from time to time, but it's, anyway, like I said, he just changed his thought process, matured in his eyes, and he wouldn't even perform them old songs no more, because he wanted to bring, and change is good. You're supposed to change. The thing about when you grow up, even Muhammad Ali back in the day said, you're still thinking something, I'm paraphrasing, you're still thinking the same way in your 40s that you did in your 30s, and the 30s you did in your 20s, you're not growing. You know what I'm saying? And basically, I'm just going to say, you're pretty much useless if you're still doing the same crap you did in your teens and maybe early 20s, because they say the human brain, don't start to get till you get 25. But if you're still doing the same crap at age when you was 20 in your early 20s that you're doing in 40s and 50s, and you still rapping, by now your music should change. By now you shouldn't be walking around being somebody's granddad. You know what I'm saying? Gang banging. Now there are guys that I see on YouTube, I can't think of their names right off, but they do interviews, and they, OGs. Now you can still tell that, what I'm saying, the set is still deep in their soul. But when you grow up with something, no matter what you do, when you grow up with something, I can understand it's still deep. But they also understand that they got to use their wisdom and their experience to try to better the community. Can't do it all over. Can't do it overnight. No, it just won't happen. You know what I'm saying? You can burn a house down in a matter of minutes, but it takes you months to build it. So can't do it overnight, but you need help, and it's hard, and you got to figure it out. And that's just the thing about growing. You got to figure it out. So yeah, like I said, I see these guys on, like I said, on YouTube channels. I think a brother named Capone interviews them a lot, and I can't think of the other guys, I'm sorry, but they, you know, talk about growing up and what they did, not glorifying stuff, but talk about how they grew up and how things started, and then how it has changed and evolved or devolved maybe in, you know, how they try to help the community. You know, you can't talk bad about their sets. That's, you know, I mean, that's, I think that's kind of, that's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hurt your cause, because it's not that you denouncing your set, is that you have to understand the problems that what you did as a kid, the issue that it has created, whether you, like say, gang banging or selling drugs or, you know, robbing, whatever. I mean, anything you did that could have, that negatively affected your community, you have to understand that you have to understand that was because of, like I said, what you did and the set you claim and the action that you took. But anyway, they still go out and, like I said, they do community, and I guess they do it, they hang on to the set because they want people to understand where they want the youth to understand, look, this is where I came from, but look, this is where we need to go. So I can understand that part. I can't understand that. But they do community services. They, you know, they do a lot of activism in their communities. They do a lot. But these guys are not at the Super Bowl performing, you know, crip walking. You're not gonna see these guys that do this community activism on these interviews, crip walking, throwing up sets and stuff like that. They're gonna say, hey, this is what I did. I'm always gonna be a part of it, but we gotta do better. And that's just bottom line. So it's like, you gotta sit. I feel when you get older, you gotta get away from that, man. You gotta get, when you're trying to do better, you gotta get away from that, because you're not helping the cause at all. You're not helping the cause of our people at all. Then you go to Super Bowl, it already, you know, shut out Colin Kaepernick, and that's a whole another video. Because you probably saying, you know, Mark, you doing all this talking, watch about Super Bowl. Well, shoot, it was, I mean, it's like, if you really get down to the nitty gritty, pretty much everything that you are involved in as an Aboriginal Black American in this country, you know, deals with some form of racism towards you, bigotry towards you, everything. Just choose, just pick something. Just pick something. By going to the hood, gas prices are higher, cigarettes, you know, you like to smoke or drink, but it's predominantly the Newports. They stopped selling Newport, but that stuff, the cheap, the more poisonous alcohol beverages are in your community, but you enjoy it, you know. What else? Even like the job you work at, there's a good chance that nobody that looks like you has a position higher than a manager, in-house manager. You're not owning. You can be a manager, but a lot of us ain't owning anything. Well, shout out to brother Roland Parrish. He I believe owns franchise like a bunch of McDonald's up and down Texas, up and down Interstate 35, 45 thing. I know in Dallas he got a bunch of them, but he been doing that for a long time. But I mean, other than that, I mean, you got your little mama pop chicken places and stuff like that. But still, I mean, even like those of the young ladies or young men who deal in hair care products and, you know, selling those, you selling these lace fronts and these wigs and weaves and stuff like that, get it from people that don't like you, that sell it to you for a higher price or sell you an inferior product. So like I said, so pretty much everything that you do, that you deal with, it's like a lot of them. The majority got some little twinge of, like I say, bigotry or racism in it. But back to my point is, like I say, the Super Bowl halftime show, like I say, it cuts deep, because like I said, you like the music, and that's what, it's entertainment. And entertainment is supposed to be just that, just to get away from normal life for a little while. Nothing wrong with entertainment, having fun, like going to a barbecue, jamming, putting on old records or old CDs, whatever y'all want to play. I play records. I got records at the house. But, and just, jamming and relaxing, having a good time. But you get back to your real life. See, let's say it like this. When rap first came out, and like I say, and all that music was about our people, the people that bought it the most, people that it was interested in the most and most intrigued by it were white people, because they didn't live that life. You know what they would do? They used it for, and they probably still use it for what it is. I live over here in this world, in my own world, however it is. This music comes out that's different. I'll go over here and we'll listen to it, we'll buy it, we'll jam it, we'll go to concerts and sing it. But we'll sing about your drug dealing and your womanizing and your fighting and your gang back, all that kind of stuff. And you're partying don't forget that. And then, you go to church every now, you go to church and you thank God for, for the stuff you got. All the different elements of the black community. We'll listen to that for a good 38 to 48 to 60 minutes, however long the CD is. And we'll go to concerts for a few hours, watch a couple videos, watch videos for a few minutes. But then we'll get away from that and go right back to our regular world. That's what entertainment is supposed to be about. The problem is our real life became everybody's entertainment, but our real life is put in the entertainment sector, and it's like created the multiverse in Black America. So now, instead of, like I said, we think that when we hear this music, oh, we have to go and do this. Oh, this is how this what makes us cool. This what makes me black, is to do these certain things. Then I got to stick with it. Instead of saying this is just entertainment, y'all entertain like a movie, like a TV show. It's entertainment. It's like if, let's see, also TV. I don't even watch TV like that. Dallas, like the old show Dallas or something. That was entertainment. You see JR and the Ewings and all tycoons and all these problems and that they're going through and all the whatever they're doing over there. But that was entertainment. Get away from it. Now we're going back to black reality. But that was even the actors' entertainment. That wasn't their real life. You feel what I'm saying? But with us, like I said, with the rap music, with the music that we put out, these guys are putting out real life stuff. So it's skewing reality and entertainment, and it's becoming a problem. It's created a problem to where now entertainment has become real life to even the black people who didn't live like that, who didn't have to live like that. Now they feel that, and I'm talking about youth, because true, there's a lot of us, that a lot of things that we didn't have to do, but we try, it's already trying to, peer pressure. But now you got the music that's going into your head, and people don't realize how the music plays with the psyche. But now, like I say, it's real life. It's become real life, and we don't know how to separate it. So now it's become a problem. But man, I know I went on a rant. I didn't want to, but I just had, this was just on my heart, and I just felt I just had to say it, because, like I said, at 50, Dre, if you want to produce beats and put them out there for the youth, well, you still can decide who you create beats for. Snoop, went and bought Death Row. Like I say, you're 50-something years old now, and you bought a record label that I don't think you got the rights to the old catalog, but you went back and got the music. Now you're finna go back and create the same sound. It's like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how I feel about that. But anyway, you do what you do. Look at Master P. Master P said he done left the music game, and now he's in the product game. Got some people trying to talk about him. Man, that dude is matured. He's maturing. He always had a business savvy. Now he's just taking it to another level and saying, y'all can have the streets. I'm gonna take over the stores. Man is smart. Because he can do that in his 80s. So don't get me wrong now. The cat's still out here performing old songs at these concerts, but again, that's entertainment. Get away. It's entertainment to get away from your real life, have fun, and then you go back to reality. But your reality is not supposed to be what you are entertained about. You feel what I'm saying? Especially if it's the negative part of your reality. That should not be entertaining. But I'm learning that as I get older. Because I done got older, moved on, living comfortably. So I still listen to all types. I don't listen to much rap. Really, all I listen mainly like old R&B, old blues, stuff like that. I don't listen to rap like that. I might listen to a song that's catchy, jamming for a while, but I won't listen around no key. I, listen to stuff like that in my own privacy, because, like I said, I don't want to influence the youngsters like that. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, I've been here too long. Hey, y'all tell me what y'all think about this Super Bowl show. Was it entertaining? Oh yeah, it was entertaining. It was entertaining, like I say, for me, because like I said, I grew up on that. I would love to know what the youngest think about this. About these songs that they listen to, they didn't grow up on. These guys. I mean, hell, the young still buying Jordans. They ain't watched Michael Jordan play basketball, so I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna get out of here. Hey, y'all know what to do. Like I say, like, share, subscribe. Comment. And when you subscribe, hit the notification bell. I always hit the notification bell. Like I say, and share. Hit them likes. Hit them likes. Hit them likes. They say. With that being said, holler at you in a minute.